To start today, we have to talk about what I'm sure our viewers are all feeling and being affected by, the global fuel crisis that is happening. And I'm only half joking here because, you know, it's a crazy kind of a
Half
thing.
joking.
Well, half joking in the sense that, like, you know, we're not really a politics show. We're not talking about
We aren't?
breaking news per se. But I just, whenever shit like this happens with, like, the fuel going gangbusters crazy on the price, it makes me so frustrated because I'm like, I didn't want to have to know what the fucking Strait of Hormuz is. You know, I didn't want to have to be worried about whether Karg Island is going to be annexed, like, you know, so that I could afford to pay my weekly fuel bill. Like, it's so, I hate having to monitor the situation, you know?
Yeah, it's horrible. I had a and it really freaked me out. I don't know how far into this I don't know if I should say too much. Ooh. But I had a message in our work group chat from my boss being like addressing the fuel crisis in Perth. I sent it to you.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, I mean, it freaked me out because I think I live the furthest away from the central office. So I'm driving about like 20 hours a week, maybe give or take. And I just felt like I'd be the first on the chopping board. Yeah. But I called up work. I said that I was worried, and they said that I got nothing to be worried about. But you know, I guess we'll see. I think it's just a bit highly unpredictable at the moment.
I mean, I usually pay, I was telling you about, I don't know, $70-$80 depending, you know, if I get fuel on a cheap day. The other day I went on like what's supposed to be the cheap day.
Yeah,
for fuel.
cheap Tuesday.
Yeah, and it was like $2.25 a liter, and I think I ended up paying like $100 odd dollars or something, which, you know, it all adds up. Like when you're paying that much extra every week, it sucks.
It does suck. I mean, we just gotta become Mad Max and like there won't be any fuel and we can't do anything.
I don't know. I mean,
how am I gonna see you? You live like 10-minute drive away from me. So I'm like, how am I going to... Will I have to borrow my dad's electric bike and...
Yeah. Well, they say that
like sleep on the couch and then in the morning ride back home on my dad's electric bike. Like, how are you going to do anything? How will people get food? Like, how...
Yeah, look, they say that some people will just kind of stop going places. They'll stop going to visit, you know, family or friends, and it'll just be a time of less travel.
It leaves more time for drinking.
Yeah, well, you'd hope so, but that's not always how it works because inflation hits those of us at the bottom, you know, harder than...
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's scary. And
the rest.
People are saying lockdown 2.0 because maybe... But this time there's no virus.
I've heard chatter about that.
We just can't...
People will get told they can't go anywhere. I don't know. Well, that seems a bit extreme Mad Max scenario for me.
Well,
maybe though.
If fuel runs out for maybe... The scary thing is, like, you know, with COVID, everyone was like, oh, it'll only be a few weeks. And it turned out to be this, like... You know, it was a couple of years. Like, I'm worried that... I'm saying to myself, oh, all this shit will blow over in like a couple of weeks, and we're going to get to like the end of the year, and it's like maybe just starting to figure itself out, but it's still got time to go. I don't know. I'm.
Look,
are we in the worst timeline? Is something going on? Are we?
Wouldn't it be great if whenever shit like this happened, it could just be over and done with in a few weeks, you know, and then we can just move on and not have to worry about how much it's going to cost to fill up our car, which, you know, most of us need to get places and work and do all this stuff. And look, I mean, obviously, yeah, the elephant in the room is that it's this sort of war of choice on behalf of
literally
America,
and it won't affect
Donald
him
Trump
at all.
And Trump doesn't even, you know, the president doesn't even have to drive anywhere. I don't think they're even allowed to. So, you know, like, what is the rest of the world supposed to do when they're just gallivanting around, bombing places and making things more expensive? It's just ridiculous. I mean, the one thing I just hope that we've set up, I saw Albo said that he set up a fuel task force. Yeah. So we're on the...
So what does that even mean?
They're gonna talk with people who are high up in industry and government to try and make sure they secure fuel supply, make sure that no areas of the country run dry, keep the prices from just going out of control. I don't know. I mean, they'll do their best.
This is so fucked.
But what can you even do? Look, I'm glad. The last thing I'd want our government to be focusing on right now is sending troops over to support whatever adventurism they're doing over there. So, look, if they're focusing on keeping the costs down and addressing the crisis here, then that's all I'll ask for. But yeah, don't. Yeah. And I ain't signing up for no war. You know what I'm saying? Fight for some oil? No.
It's the oil, stupid.
I ain't fighting for no oil.
I feel like we're in Mad Max, bro, I swear.
Yeah, well, and look, I kind of put this in the same section here, but speaking of Mad Max, which was largely filmed in South Australia.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What?
In some of the...
Adelaide?
Yeah, like the more rural,
I did not know that.
Deserty parts of South Australia, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And South Australia has an election today. Well, they had an election today. It was their state election. And I did see this. I wanted to sort of show this on the show just because I thought it was so funny. There's been a lot of chatter about... Because the Liberal Party is basically done for. They don't really have any source left in the state. But One Nation is sort of rumoured to be the new opposition in town up against Labor. Labor's still rumoured to rule with a red iron fist in South Australia, but One Nation,
red iron fist,
which has been rumoured to sort of take over the Liberals as the opposition to Labor.
Liberal.
They're rising in the polls, but it doesn't seem to be going so well. This was yesterday. A One Nation candidate, Owie Baxter, I don't know exactly how to say that name, who was running in Adelaide, is no longer a candidate for the party following ABC reporting that he has a warrant for his arrest in the UK after being charged with an alleged sexual offence.
Vampire.
We have been unable to contact Mr. Baxter. So...
Traitor.
Yeah, I mean, can you take over as a opposition party if all your candidates are under investigation for sex crimes?
I saw
Really?
I saw Pauline Hanson was out there today having a democracy sausage.
Yeah, look, I got to be honest, I don't mind the idea of
Nationalist.
breaking the two-party, One Nation Army, breaking the two-party kind of a mold. I mean, I like in Australia that we have a multi-party system, and hey, look, if the Liberals have fallen out of favour with people and One Nation is kind of answering some of the wants and needs that people have, fuck yeah, I mean, let them be the new opposition. I don't really mind.
So quiet up and listen down.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, it's it'll be interesting. I mean, I think the results are already saying that Labor still has a strong majority. The big question is whether or not One Nation will show up as the opposition. Who really knows? And look, I mean, at the end of the day, I think at this point with everything crazy going on, whoever can just commit to keeping costs down, and like making it so that when we deal with shit like this damn fuel crisis, that we can get through it as easily as possible, without hitting our wallets hard. So anyway, that's my God bless the South Australians out there.
Well, it affects everybody as well. I feel like that's the...
Yeah, of course. But fuel is kind of one of the few things that's like universal. Like everyone has to pay for it in some way, whether you're at the top of the chain.
I got a hybrid and I'm still worried.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have just gone full electric, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, we're doing pretty okay with renewables. But
renewable gases.
No, renewable energy, like electric energy and stuff. I mean, my point is if everybody moved to an electric car tomorrow, we wouldn't be able to handle that amount of power, but we could get there. Yeah. Still got to stay on gas for a while,
What do you mean we couldn't?
No problem for me.
What do you mean we couldn't all do it at once? Why not?
It would be too much electricity. Or we could, but like...
Right.
The electricity prices would go up so fast that we wouldn't really end up saving much money,
True.
Unfortunately, you got to ease into these
It's a yin and yang
things.
situation, I guess.
Yeah, you got to scale up the amount of people who drive electric cars as you scale up solar and wind and all that kinds of stuff. So
Wind?
I don't know. We'll get there. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know a thing or two about wind. Christ. Oh god. Well, that's all the politics I wanted to talk about today. Just wanted to get my my gas out, you know.
You want to? You're gonna make me go do it again.
Yeah.